Welcome to another episode of Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise Retirement Podcast, where certified financial planner Loren Sherman shares thoughts on having a healthy mind, body, and spirit, an abundance of wealth inside portfolios and out, and lessons learned from clients and mentors over the years.
Hello, everyone. As always, I am your host, Loren Sherman, and today we're going to talk about the fountain of youth. What if I told you that I can teach you how to live a longer, healthier life, and you don't even have to change your diet or exercise one bit? Hopefully you're a bit skeptical, but stay with me. Let's start with a story, because even though I said I can teach you, these teachings really come from life lessons of others who have had the experiences, research, and expertise to speak on the topic. Back in the 1960s, a guy by the name of Ken Beering started his own auto business. This was a big deal for Ken because he grew up in poverty, watching his parents do physical labor for 25 cents an hour. The dealership took off and he quickly expanded into real estate development, where he had even more success. In his memoir, Ken tells the story of how he went through 4 stages in his life. He had accumulated more money than he could ever spend, but still wasn't happy. So in his first stage, Ken thought, maybe more things will make me happy. So he bought more things. He didn't feel any different. Then, what Ken describes as his second stage of life, he thought, I need to buy better things. So he found a bigger, nicer house and brand new cars. While many of us would probably love to have this problem, this only helped Ken feel happy for a bit, but the feeling didn't stick around. In his third stage, Ken decided, I've figured this out. I'm just buying the wrong things. So Ken bought what he decided were the right things, specifically the Seattle Seahawks football team. This gave him attention and admiration, but you guessed it, he still felt the same. Ken discovered his fourth and final stage by accident when a friend asked if he would join him for a trip to Bosnia. His friend was on a mission trip to deliver wheelchairs to children whose limbs had been damaged or completely destroyed during the Civil War going on at the time. Ken's life changed immediately when he picked up the first child to set him in a wheelchair. As he lowered the boy down, he clung to Ken's leg and wouldn't let go. At that moment, tears flowed from Ken in a way he didn't even know possible. In his fourth stage, Ken had found purpose. While this is an incredibly inspiring story, you may be wondering, what does this have to do with the fountain of youth? This is where research comes into the picture. Study after study and countless experiments have found that finding purpose is directly linked with our happiness and our longevity. Harvard studies strongly suggest that close relationships, more than money or fame, are what keep people happy throughout their lives. These ties protect people from life's discontents, help to delay mental and physical decline, and are better predictors of long and happy lives than social class, IQ, or even genes. As one of the Harvard researchers explains, the people who were the most satisfied in their relationships at age 50 were also the healthiest at age 80. Additionally, part of the study found that people who had happy marriages in their 80s reported that their moods didn't suffer on the days when they had more physical pain. One takeaway I found particularly interesting from this study is that finding purpose and happiness is not just great for your body physically, but mentally as well. Participants who were considered to be in the happy group went on to have less mental decline and better memory. If you're not totally convinced, that's okay, but I've shared one of the more convincing studies in the show notes if you'd like to do a little more research. I've also included Robert Waldinger's compelling TED Talk, who has a fascinating story to share as the director of this study. Let's move on with a few questions I can leave you with to ponder. For some, the word purpose can sound a bit too serious and daunting to think about, but it can be as simple as your reason for getting up each morning. Consider these questions if you need help clarifying your purpose. First, what are your gifts? What do people come to you for advice for? Second, what is your passion? Is there something you do where you lose track of time? And third, how can you serve others and give back? How would you want people to remember you? Helping people live a purposeful retirement is a consistent theme we talk about, and it's one of the first things you'll see on the homepage of our website. We work with a lot of farmers, dentists, teachers, and business owners who can feel like they are losing a big part of their identity when they head into retirement. This can be true of any occupation where we've spent so much of our lives and take great pride in, but exploring our purpose outside of our occupation can be a great way to make the transition even smoother. This doesn't mean it won't have its ups and downs, but when we expect a few bumps on the road, it makes the ride easier to handle. I know I left you with one TED Talk already in the show notes that dives into the study I referenced, but if you take nothing else, I'd love if you'd take a few minutes to watch Shawn Achor's talk. Also included in the show notes, Shawn's talk is by far my favorite TED Talk. In his fast-paced, quick-witted style, Shawn talks about how we can train our brains to give us a happiness advantage. That sounds like something we could all use. Well, that's all for today. We will be back in 2 weeks to chat more. Until then, check out the show notes for those videos I referenced. And if you'd like to meet our team and learn more, head on over to healthywealthywiseretirement.com.
Thank you so much for listening and supporting this podcast. If you've enjoyed listening, we would love if you took a quick moment to leave an honest review. Of course, we're shooting for 5 stars, but if you have suggestions to improve the show, we would love to hear from you too. Just click on the podcast name, Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise Retirement Podcast, and scroll down to ratings and review. Thanks again for your support, as this helps us reach a wider audience and help even more retirees just like you. This podcast is for entertainment and informational purposes only and is not intended as a specific tax, legal, or investment advice. Loren Sherman is a certified financial planner and co-owner of Integrity Wealth Management, an investment advisor serving retirees in search of their own healthy, wealthy, and wise retirement lifestyle.